Stephanie, what is the worst kind of travel problem? Delayed flight, misconnection, lost passport, or canceled cruise flight?
Well, that depends. Are we talking about a couple with a little bit of flexibility, a family with toddlers, a group of 32 people, or someone trying to catch a ship that leaves in 4 hours?
Well, that's the expert answer right there, and also why people need travel advisors.
Today, we're talking about the part of travel that nobody wants, but everyone needs to understand what happens when the plan falls apart.
Delays, cancellations, overbooking, tarmac delays, weather strikes, stolen passport. Those are the rare
Mm.
moments when there is no perfect solution.
Pizza Pals, this episode is not to scare you, it's about making you more resilient travelers.
Yep. And if we can keep one person, just one person from yelling
One.
at a gate agent who does not control the thunderstorm, we have done our job serving the public.
Welcome back to One Slice at a Time. I'm Stephanie Pakosta, a travel advisor specializing in multi generational group travel.
And I'm Ryan Joy, also a travel advisor specializing in large group trips.
This episode is number 3 in our air travel series, The Truth About Modern Airfare.
Yeah, episode one was about booking smarter. Episode
Mhm.
two was about getting through the airport with less stress. Today
Yes.
is about what happens when the whole system breaks.
And I just want to say this up front, guys. Even perfect planning cannot prevent every travel problem.
That is important. There are weather events, computer outages, strikes, crew issues, security events, and airport shutdowns that no traveler or travel advisor can control or predict.
That's right. But good planning changes how quickly you can recover and how many options you have and how supported you feel along the way.
So today is not about pretending we can control everything. It is about knowing what to do next.
So let's get right into it. When a flight is delayed or canceled, the first thing people want is some certainty. Unfortunately, that is often the thing that nobody has yet.
That is why the first job is to get information. Is it weather, mechanical, crew, air traffic control? The pilot didn't get his pizza, something else. The reasons matter.
That's right, because weather is usually outside of the airline's control. Mechanical issues are generally within the airline's
Yep,
responsibility. Crew issues, like your crew timing out or not having enough crew, can be more complicated, but they often fall on the airline operationally.
absolutely. And compensation, hotel vouchers, meal vouchers, rebooking options can depend totally on what of those reasons we're dealing.
That's right. This is where I do not like it when travelers are simply told, well, call the airline. Yes, the airline has to handle certain pieces, but a stressed traveler, they need a plan, not just a phone number.
Exactly. Long hold times, crowded
My
customer
gosh.
service desks, gate agents dealing with 200 people all at the
Yeah,
same time, and
right,
everyone trying to rebook at once. If you have the airline app, chat support,
right.
backup options, you are in a better position.
That's right. One of the best things that you guys can do during a delay is still go to the airport unless the airline clearly says not to. If you are not physically there, you may miss some options.
Yeah, absolutely. I always tell people like you should definitely be at the airport. It's
Mhm.
the best place to be to deal with your issue.
Right.
If you're already at the airport, go to the gate, keep notifications on, watch the monitors, and start thinking about plan B, plan C, plan D.
Would say every traveler in this day and age, you probably need at least plan B, maybe even plan C ready to go before you even get to the airport, even if it doesn't look like there's going to be any issues. Because
Right.
plan B might be another route completely. Plan C might be next day travel. Plan D may be an airport hotel, moving transfers, calling insurance, or changing the entire trip structure.
Point is that you don't want to wait until your flight is fully canceled to start thinking about what you're going to do next.
Right. If the delay is short, you may just wait. If it threatens a connection, a cruise, a tour, or a big event, you may start looking at alternatives.
One smart move, while the traveler is standing in line, someone else can be on chat or on the phone. Do not rely on one single channel.
And this is where someone like Ryan or I can be helpful. A travel advisor can look at flight options, check policy, contact suppliers, and think through those next steps while you guys are waiting to talk to the gate agent.
More importantly, we might actually help you think of those things ahead of time when you're booking the
Yes,
travel. We might
exactly.
say, don't book this flight because if anything happens at all, you're in
Mm-hmm.
jeopardy of missing this aspect of your vacation. We are on top
Sure.
of that from the very beginning.
That's right.
So let's talk about missed connections because this is where people feel absolutely helpless. And I get it.
Yeah, your flight gets delayed, you miss your connection. So you get to the airport, but you've got to figure out now how to get to your destination. First, if you are on one ticket and the flight gets delayed, the airline usually has more responsibility to rebook you than if you self transfer across separate tickets. So that means you booked a ticket to Boise, Idaho, and then booked another ticket from Boise, Idaho to
Right.
Las Vegas
Anywhere.
instead of booking a ticket with just a connection.
Separate tickets are one of those things that can look clever until the first flight is late.
That's right. If you book two separate airlines, even, and the first delay causes you to miss the second ticket, the second airline may just treat you as a no show.
That's why we're cautious about mixed itineraries, especially if there's like no overnight break.
For tight connections, guys, you need to know the plan before landing. The arrival terminal, the departure terminal, whether there's a train or a shuttle or wherever you're getting to your next gate, where that gate is, and whether or not there's time for a bathroom stop.
Yeah. The official rule is no pit stop until you have found the gate. But
You
I'll tell you
see the gate, it exists.
I think
Confirm the existence of your gate first.
the one point here though, I mean, you mentioned it, whether there's a train or a shuttle next, some of these airports are massive. And some of the
So,
airlines will still book like a 35-minute connection. And we've said
right.
before, that is not enough time in a big airport
Nope.
where you have to take a train,
Yep.
especially if you're not sitting first class. If you're sitting like economy and you've got like 30
Right.
rows ahead of you, man, that's 15 minutes
Issue.
right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
If you have a tight connection, move first, snack later.
if the connection is missed, go straight to the airline app
Uh-huh.
or airline desk. Check rebooking options, ask about standby, ask
Right.
about alternate hubs or partner flights. A lot of times you're probably going to be rebooked
Right.
automatically, but if you don't see that,
But
that's where you have to go to the
mhm,
desks.
yes, and stay polite. Airline staff are more likely to help someone who is clear, calm, and prepared.
Now that's hard because you are exhausted. You are the one that's dealing with the suck of the situation. But if you
Right.
start yelling or get mean or swear, that's not going to improve your options.
Not at all. Also, if your trip has a hard deadline, like a cruise, build in some buffer before you travel. We kind of already talked about when we were doing the first episode talking about booking tickets. Do not make the day of travel your only chance to get there before your cruise.
Tell the night before your cruise leaves is cheaper than watching the cruise ship leave without you.
That is probably the most important sentence in this whole series.
That's right.
All right, guys, now let's talk about what the airline may be able to do for you if something gets changed and it is their fault. Passenger rights are very, very complicated because they vary by the country of the origination of the flight, the airline, the cause of the disruption, and the route.
The US is not the same as the European Union, and that surprises a lot of travelers.
Right. Here in the US, travelers may be entitled to refunds for canceled or significantly changed flights if they chose not to travel, but cash compensation for delays is pretty limited compared with Europe.
In Europe, EU 261 gives stronger protections in many delay, cancellation, and denied boarding cases. It can include care, meals, hotels, rebooking, and compensation depending on the situation.
Canada and parts of Asia have their own rules too. There is no single global standard.
So the expert advice is do not assume. Ask
Mhm.
what applies based on where your flight is operating, what airline is operating it, and why the disruption happened.
Overbooking is another misunderstood topic. It is not illegal for airlines to overbook. If you are involuntarily denied boarding, you may have compensation rights, but the details on that one's going to matter too.
Yeah. And if you voluntarily accept a voucher to take a later flight, understand what you are accepting. Cash voucher, hotel, meals, transfer, expiration rules. transferability. Are you moving from economy to
Hmm.
basic economy? Are you moving from
Right.
comfort to economy? Are you moving from
Right.
first class to comfort? All those things you need to understand.
Right. Ask those questions. Tarmac delays also have rules in the US. Airlines generally cannot keep passengers sitting on the tarmac indefinitely without allowing them to deplane, with different timing for domestic and international flights. And they must provide food and water after a certain time that you've been on the tarmac.
Listen, I don't know if I said this in a past episode or not, where we were talking about this airline travel, but as soon as that little thing goes off and says, ding, we are starting our initial descent, Ryan is getting up and going to the bathroom because I know that that particular announcement's like, put your seatbelt on and stay in your seat. I'm going to the bathroom because who knows how long I'm going to sit on the tarmac when you
Yeah,
arrive.
for sure.
So it doesn't mean every delay comes with money. It
Right.
means you should know the difference between rights, airline policy, and goodwill.
Yep. And this is why travel insurance matters. Insurance is not just about canceling before you leave, it can help with things like delays, interruptions, baggage, medical issues, and emergency support, depending on which policy you've chosen.
That's right. Now let's talk about a nightmare scenario. Your
All
passport
right.
is stolen.
Guys, if your passport is stolen abroad, the very first steps are to file a local police report and contact the U.S. Embassy or consulate. They are the primary resource for getting an emergency passport.
That is why document copies matter. A digital copy of
Mhm.
your passport saved securely can really help.
Yep. And you may need proof of citizenship, identification, passport photos, the police report, forms, fees, and an interview. The emergency passport may have limited validity, and mainly it's just meant to get you home.
If your wallet is stolen too, contact banks and credit card companies immediately.
Right. And contact your travel insurance. Keep your records, receipts, and your police documentation.
This is also why STEP, the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, is worth mentioning. For international travel, U.S. citizens can register trip details with the State Department so the embassy or consulate can reach them or an emergency contact if needed.
Especially like STEP for complex trips, multiple countries, destinations with some safety concerns, or travelers who want added official communication.
Again, it's not about fear, it's about reducing your recovery time.
Exactly. You cannot prevent every theft or emergency, but you can make sure that you're not starting from zero.
Yeah, this is where travel support matters most.
That's right. When everything is going smoothly, people may not think about what their advisor is doing. I know they don't. I hope you don't. When you're on vacation, I don't want you to think about what we're doing, right, Ryan?
Right.
I want you to enjoy vacation. But when a flight cancels, a bag is missing, a passport is gone, the group's stranded, this support becomes very real.
Yeah, because as advisors, we help with preparation,
Mm.
documentation, supplier contacts, insurance guidance, rebooking options, group communication, and calming the situation. Yes, we are part therapist as well.
That's right. We can't control the weather, guys, or the airline systems, or the border officers, or airport shutdowns, but we can help you understand your options and take the next best step.
So if you're planning a trip with timing, logistics, family needs, international details really matter, working with an advisor can give you some support before, during, and after travel.
I like to tell my clients I'm the man in the chair, right? You're out there enjoying the world. I'm the one you call when things go wrong and I take care of you because the best time to build a support system is well before you need it. And with that, let's get into Ryan's Crusty review.
Yeah, on the subject of support personnel, let's get our emotional support
Talking about
pizza
support
has to.
pizza.
That's right. So, I have not had this particular thing yet, but have you seen all these advertisements for Papa John's and the Toy Story 5 promotions? I think this is so cool.
It's genius. I think that it is so cute. And I think that's what we'll do for dinner tonight, actually. I'm going to skip ahead.
Yeah. Well, they have three sort of like pre-designed pies. They have
Okay.
the Space Ranger Roni, which is going to be a pepperoni pizza. Let
Hmm.
me see here. They have the Sheriff's Roundup. This personal pizza got grilled chicken, onions, cheese, and barbecue sauce on an original crust, served with
Oh,
rootin' tootin' ranch,
that sounds more like a, that's interesting.
or their special garlic sauce. And then the last one is the Reach for the Pie.
Oh, that's
This
cool. Yep.
it's not just any personal pizza. It's got Italian sausage, banana peppers, cheese, and pizza sauce on original crust, served with rootin' tootin' ranch or the special garlic sauce in Canada, in a Toy Story
Mm,
5 collectible box. I think this is really cool. It's a really cool partnership
it
that they've
is.
done for, Toy Story 5 coming out. And
Right.
you'll have to let us know how it is, Stephanie.
Yeah, I will have to let you guys know how this is. I think this was a huge missed opportunity with the whole Toy Story series that
Yes.
they did not have Pizza Planet like Papa John's or somebody do a Pizza Planet nod and
I
do
can't believe
Pizza
it's not a
Planet
whole chain.
pizzas for.
I can't believe
Oh
we don't
yeah.
have pizza planets in every city in the world. But,
Well, I've had the equivalent of Pizza Planet in the parks, and I don't think we would want those.
right. You
Right.
are right.
There is one Pizza Planet in Disneyland, and I don't think we
That's
want
right.
those everywhere.
And I get it. I get it every time, but it's not the best.
Let's talk about something that's not as fun, but is very important. Sometimes, guys, there's no perfect fix.
Right? Because bad pizza is bad pizza, right?
That's
Oh, are
right.
we talking about are we
Can't
talking
fix
about
it.
airlines
All
now?
right, let's go back to travel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's really hard for travelers to hear that there's no perfect fix, but it's
Right.
really hard for us too.
That's right. I mean, there's just some things that are uncontrollable, major weather events, airline computer outages, airport closures, security issues, strikes, volcanic ash, pandemics. I mean, I think this has all happened in the last year, right?
Geopolitical events can overwhelm the
Yeah,
system. When that happens
that's
to
all right.
be our role kind of shifts a little bit because we may not be able
Mm-hmm.
to fix the event. You may not be able to either, but we become like supporter, advocate, information source, try and figure out what to do. It's a
Hmm.
lot easier for us to be sitting in our chairs with the computer in front of us and trying to
Right.
figure out another plan for you.
Right. While you relax in the hotel room waiting for me to tell you when to go back to the airport. So that's kind of the next phrase I want people to understand. Like sometimes I can't fix things, but I can support you even when I cannot make the plane fly.
We can help you decide whether to like wait to rebook, to stay
Hmm.
overnight, reroute, go home, file insurance, adjust transfers, change the trip entirely, go for a
Right.
swim, go out for a pizza. We can help with all kinds of things.
Ryan's probably got some pizza wrecks in the city you're stuck in. So,
Mm. It's either going to be a wreck or a don't go, one of the two.
right, exactly. And guys, we can tell you honestly when the options are just bad and bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes the choice is not between like, this is bad. It's this is bad, this is worst, and this is the least damaging option.
Yeah, false confidence is not going to be helpful. So sometimes that
No.
happens, and I mean not very often, but it does.
Yes.
Listen, you take a million trips over the course of your life, you're going to have one that kind of gets
Right.
screwed up.
That's right. You guys can help yourselves by keeping your documents accessible, having that trip insurance, carrying your essentials, downloading your travel apps, building some buffer time, and staying calm enough to make clear decisions. Experienced travelers don't expect perfection. They do expect some movement, some change, and they anticipate the need to adapt.
Expert travelers build margin. They leave early. They carry essentials. They do not check medication in their bags. They know their airline app. They keep their chargers handy. They know where their
Right.
documents are.
And they also know that being kind to airline staff helps. The person at the desk did not create the thunderstorm like we talked about, the crew timeout, or the computer outage.
And they know when to stop fighting the line and solve the human problem. Get food, get water, get a hotel, get the kids solved.
Right.
File the claim later after you've had pizza.
And that's a very mature travel strategy. Sometimes comfort and safety come before winning the argument with the airline.
Best travelers are not the ones who avoid every problem. They are the ones who recover from their problems faster.
Yep. And that's the whole point of this series is getting you guys comfortable with air travel so you are expert travelers yourselves. We've talked about airfare miss, airport survival, and what to do when travel just falls apart.
And the big takeaway is that modern air travel is more complicated than it looks. The cheapest fare is not always the best fare. The legal connection is not always the smart connection. The
No.
airline app is not optional. And sometimes the best plan is the one that gives you room to recover.
Travel planning is not about removing every possible problem because it just cannot happen that way. That's impossible. It's about reducing avoidable stress and preparing for the problems you cannot control.
And packing a snack or a slice.
Always a slice.
Always a slice. Preferably pizza, but I'll accept crackers in a crisis.
And speaking of crackers, I think that with Ryan's Crusty review, we're definitely going to try us some, uh, what was it?
Reach for the pie.
We're going to have to try a reach for the pie tonight for dinner. Remember, Pizza Pals, go subscribe, give us a like, leave a review, and share this podcast with your travel buddies.
If you want help planning your next trip, message us at bookings@oneslicepod.com. Or if you just want to stay in touch, subscribe to our newsletter at extracheese.fun.
Until next time, Pizza Pals, keep traveling the world.
One slice at a time. Bye.
Bye.
Reach for the pie.
Reach for the pie.